Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
100,000 feel like something when you're thumbing through it. Done it when some would say one would be dumb to do it. Running circles round rappers on their last lap. PayPal perhaps. Ass cap the cash app. Ass app is how I expect the next direct deposit. Positivity love phone posits check the closet. To say we touching paper is an understatement. Underground label running late, tell them run the payment. Executive decisions, check the balance. Time to monetize the talents, I accept the challenge. Memory a crazy tune, 111 days. Loco for my days, 97 ways.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
Unable to fake it, fuck how they take it. Heard about the meeting, I was able to make it. Just sick of watching Sherm heads squabble each other while the judge steady handing out lottery numbers. It go down year round, ain't gotta be summer. Life's a bitch and niggas never get apologies from her. Dumber, big and little homies frequently locking. Don't see no other options, that's the reason they flocking. SPI ain't the nigga, how you figure fat? Gift the gab, every gig get a bigger bag. Either name your price or it's appropriation. Finesse game, nigga nice with negotiations.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it.
Nightwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie Cook-Up Boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
Google gang. Straight legend. Google gang. SPI. Google gang. Google gang in here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty. No mistaking the station. They making them statements. We waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box. We never put feelings over facts. Bay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, my count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of church press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, gang.
You can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards, we all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gon' start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of church press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of church press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, bang.
Jeter. Gratitude is the attitude. This show is a blessing to be up in the black box as we blow us a session. Oh, my mama, I'm doing something new today. As far as the program I'm using StreamYard, but not the free one where I wasn't able to upload no music. I'm trying to get away from the OBS because of complications of dealing with OBS. So I really just went live just to see how the new look and how the new flow would be. I also want to shout out my good folks at Diabolic Products. Dab Logic. They blessed me with a hell of a package, man. Since this is the Wake and Bake show, shout out my boy Murph at Dab Logic. To be specific, it's ironic that they colors match with the theme today. That is not planned, but Dab Logic, that's the brand, a high-end THC brand. They hit me with the bomb package. I'm gonna let y'all see a little bit of what I'm working with. First of all, they hit me with some edibles, passion fruit guava chews, and mandarin orange vanilla chews. I am not an edible guy. I'm going to either consume these or make sure someone that I really with consume them so we can get a hell of a review. Also, they gave me some electric hookups. My oldest daughter, she with the electric hookups, real heavy. So I gave her an issue and I kept an issue. I don't with these, but I'm gonna blow this on here with y'all just for my boy Murph because he looked out. And my daughter said though that they fire. They're all organic products, top of the line. I'm gonna tell you something real goofy, right? On my mama. Also in the package, it was 2 of these jars. On this jar it says Verde Natural. Because it's like rubbery and heavy. And because the shit that he sent me was so high end, right? In my mind, that's some type of marijuana oil salve or some liquid, something you pour, you drink. And I just ain't been paying no attention. I've been running in and out the dispensary, buying weed and all that. Then I text my boy. I'm like, man, what is Verde Natural? Guess what he told me? Oh, that's the flower side of the. I had 28 grams in each of these, bro. And I didn't even know. And it's fire. So please tap in with Dab Logic. Shout out my boy Murph for the beautiful package. I'm going to hook this electric shot up. And I'm going to do it on this session right here. I'm going to burn this. Like I say, I don't usually
get down with the electrono though. You feel me? I'm just doing this to provide the promo and show appreciation to my partner. I really appreciate him more so because, you know, when he reached out to me and he was showing appreciation for the show, and he asked me would I be willing to allow him to send me a hookup, a promo package. You know, of course, I humbly oblige, sure. So he sent it, I received it, let him know how much I appreciate it. And then he started giving me a little more background on the company. And he sent me a photo of the team. And it's about 5 or 6 white guys and one extremely dark guy in the picture. And his message was, of course, I'm the black guy. So then when I just looked at the layout of the team, saw how high-end the product was, my appreciation for the gift heightened, it greatened. So I just want to say thank you, Murph. It's some fire flight product. Look like the electric thing gonna need a little charge, but I already got a report. My daughter would have quickly told me, boo-boo, if that's what the case was. Let me put this on the charger real quick. We got a hurricane watch in California, Southern California, bro. That is unheard of to us. I think it's charging. Oh, my mama. In the meantime, because I was going to do that, I didn't break my neck to get no bunch of wraps. So I got very little wrap. I'm going to roll up some of this tree, if that's okay with y'all. Oh, my mama. And let me try to do this. Let me get the link so we can politic. This is StreamYard. So I'm trying to kill 2 birds. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone by I used to pay like a $40 subscription for the just for the phone line. You feel me? And then the phone line wasn't popping like that for 1. And then for 2, it became so common for callers to be able to do the video thing. It seemed like we was trapped in the past anyway. So I might have to upgrade my subscription, but right now, just to try this, I went for the little $20 shot. And for the $20 shot, you can I'm gonna still get a chance to see. They got more options if you upgrade, but I'm gonna play with this one. In the meantime, let me get the link and put the link in the chat in case somebody want to come up and politic on where we at. Oh, my mama. I ain't gonna just let anybody up though. People like Vicious V, some of my regulars, ridiculous. It's crazy. S-Bone lost his life. With all the controversy that was surrounding his name recently. It's crazy because one of my non-black partners, right? Let me get the link quick. We was I had to damn. I don't know how to get the shitteries. Oh, here it go. Bam. I'll do it like this. All right, got it now. Or I could come up out of here. So me and one of my non-black partners have been politicking on a certain idea for a while, right? And it involves celebrity boxing and some of the characters that you guys are familiar with who have actual real street affiliations. And we going back and forth on the text message, trading ideas, thoughts, and building on this potential event, corresponding with actual participants and all that, right? And throughout the process, my non-black counterpart was actually white. He he gave me a lineup of bouts that he had in mind of lining up. And in the process of him doing that, I had suggested a certain bout. Both guys have real official street affiliation out here. And however, when I approached him with the idea, it was directly like, hey, trying to get you fellas in the ring, no negativity, strictly for the sport. You're already developing a card. You guys would just be another attraction. No love lost. I know both of you guys have publicly expressed interest in participating in these type of events. I did a group text, and and both agreed. So I sent it over to my partner, and I'm like, look, man, I got a commitment from both these guys. So we got some rhythm, man. We probably can move forward to the next phase of locking this event in. You dig a And he responded with a potential card, and the last two names that I had just communicated with him about. He said one guy against the other guy, ? But they're going to have to spark some real life bullshit online. And I was immediately, and this is somebody I'm pretty tolerant with. We've gone, when you cross cultures in a relationship, there'll be things that somewhat might be offsetting, they're not intentional, and you give different people room to be themselves, and you learn and you grow. However, for some reason, when he said, yeah, we're going to need these two guys to create some real life bullshit, I was immediately triggered, and I responded to his text like, man, don't hit me with no culture vulture bullshit like that, homie. What you mean you want to perpetuate some real life bullshit between some dudes, some street dudes, and you don't have no skin in the game? And he's a particular flavor of Caucasian, meaning you have Irish, you have German, you have Italian, and I don't want to give away his personal identity, so I'll just let you know he responded to me with, fine, I'll get some fighters of his actual nationality. And then I responded even more aggressively, I don't give a fuck who you get, don't come at me with that culture vulture bullshit. And we have a mutual friend that he introduced me to that is black, who he's known far longer than me. I've known him for a few years. This guy, known him since childhood. And it's kind of like his conscience and his guide into our culture, into our life. This guy's from up north, so he's not really from the gangbang culture. He's a guy that don't even say the N-word. So I figured my sentiments would be much understood by him. So I also sent communication to him about, what happened with the conversation and things of this nature. And he called me and we spoke about it, and he talked about how he's been trying to advise our mutual friend to steer clear of conversations of this nature and the potential of it. And when I saw my friend get so indignant and he didn't come get back at me, it's been days. I think the very next day or the following day, I was already involved with an individual photographing one of my locations, my address, and showing it online. And I'm like, okay, this is around that day. And I'm like, and you don't realize that there's no need, or it's not wise to be purposely perpetrating real bullshit. You see where it can lead? I was wondering if he could just see that. And I communicated that to our black friend, mutual friend. And then the very next day, S-Bone passed. And then it was like a day or two passed where I had to hit the black partner again. It was like, damn, pride is a motherfucker. Even after these change of events, my friend that's not black is not sensitive enough to the subject to tap in and say, damn, I see what you mean, SPI. Maybe it wouldn't be the best idea to try to, perpetrate some actual, bullshit, as he called it, between actual street guys. Because whether it's the case or not, we have evidence that it appears that it can at least potentially bleed over into real life with serious consequences. And I find it ironic that my partner still ain't reached out, because when life moves like that, that's usually the type of shit, even when you was on your tip, upset, trying to be firm in your position, events like that typically make you sit back and think like, damn, let me reach out to my partner and let him know I see what he was talking about. Do you feel me, Vicious V? Am I making myself clear?
You're making yourself crystal clear, but Jesus.
Gratitude is the attitude.
You better believe it. You better believe it, man. That's it's extremely unfortunate with the passing of S-Bone, which I mean, I don't know. Maybe because I'm on the outside looking in, it's kind of hard for me to formulate an opinion about that, because I didn't really know much about the dude other than him popping on YouTube. I guess rest in peace. That's most I can say. Really don't like to see us black people like passing away like that, unfortunately. But again, I'm an outsider looking at this.
No, it's okay. Black life loss is always something that, as a community, we can all frown upon and wish better for. So it's nothing wrong with that. Due to the politics associated with the situation, the potential politics, I won't be saying any more other than that. You feel me? Loss of black life is horrible, man. And then we got to be careful. Like I was saying, I was just trying to explain to my white partner how perpetuating purpose, intentional bullshit is not a good way to go. We try to avoid bullshit as much as possible. And even with just me reacting to the paperwork, I done had to conduct conversations with actual individuals from over there, neighborhood to the neighborhood, to all the 40s. The individual who actually spoke to, man, hands clean over here, have no idea, no clue, but just from, having conversations on the subject matter online, one don't never know when his name gonna come up down the line. I see that 600 been posting that, and people that came and hollered at him about the situation. I think that's crazy. So we got to be very careful, extremely careful.
Oh yeah, because this YouTube thing, it ain't no joke, especially with who all is watching. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody is watching. Let's not fail to remember or recall that I have been amongst the first to continue to profess, proclaim, and repeat that they are watching. If you need any more evidence, then what's the DA lady name up out of Georgia?
I can't remember her name. It escapes me. But I know who you're talking about.
She's right now currently actively indicting Donald Trump. She is the head of the YSL indictment. I used to have a soundbite saved where she explains that when it comes to investigating crime in these modern times, they have exchanged almost 100% of their traditional tools and tactics for just monitoring social media. So you let that sit there mentally for whatever that's worth. All the things they used to do to investigate, the majority of them have been pushed aside in exchange for just monitoring social media. Her first name is Fanny. I do know that much. Good looking, DJ Black Rat.
I'm gonna definitely do a Google search on that, because I'm pretty sure there's more intel on that situation.
Yeah.
What's up with I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I was saying shocking that I heard, and I don't mean to jump off subject, but it's shocking to hear that it's a hurricane watch out where y'all at, man. I heard about that the other day. I was like, damn.
Extremely shocking. I got people hitting me, sending me messages, telling me to fill up my bathtub with water. When I was very, very young, I was taught that in the last days, the weather was going to be extremely reversed of what is known to be. And I don't know if that was predictable due to scientific things that constantly happen throughout cycles, or if it was actually a prophetic prediction. But it's kind of eerie for me as an individual. Fannie Willis, that's her name. It's kind of, it's interesting for me as an individual to see certain things take place, because we out here waiting on a hurricane, and it's not cold. It's still muggy, hot.
Right.
But it looks dark and wet, and you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And interesting thing about it, like even down in the South where I'm living at, we notice a lot of weather changes as well. I remember a couple of years ago in Tennessee, we literally had a blizzard once, like in the West Tennessee, in the Memphis area, Covington area and whatnot. We literally had a blizzard damn near in March. And we was clear for, spring, like, groundhog showing its shadow, all that. Then the next day, it's feeling 75, 80 degrees. But then the next day, snow hit out of nowhere. That threw me for a loop. Ever since then, weather's been odd, and even just last year, we had a terrible tornado hit in the West Tennessee area. 2 schools that I went to school with a long time ago got destroyed. Like, it was horrible. Dang.
How does it affect your actual living quarters? Does it get extremely affected when you go through those type of things?
So where I live at currently in Mississippi, I haven't seen anything tragic like that aside strong wind. But going through actual tornado, never been through one. God bless, I've never been through one, but I hope to never see one, because I know people who lived through tornado situations, and from what they describe, it's like it's a deafening sound, a sound that you'll never get out of your head anymore.
You speaking on tornadoes as if tornadoes and hurricanes are the same thing. We waiting on a hurricane. Is that the same thing as a tornado?
From what I can surmise, no, it's not. But either of them I've never went through at all. Nor have we had one down in the South either.
Well, out here in California, we always have said we keep our earthquakes. Y'all can have them hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis. We deal with these earthquakes, and now it seems like, damn, I wonder if the earthquakes coming that way, because we used to just get away with just the earthquakes. That was our natural disaster that was common in our environment. But now we dealing with things that we thought were only from the other side of the world. In the very extreme conscious world, there's been a message going out that the polarities of our universes are switching on their axis, and it's supposed to cause a lot of effects upon the face of the earth, physical and in the spiritual dimensions, that a lot of people are not going to be aware of. Amongst these events is supposed to be an awakening. I also find that ironic that, the timing seems to be right on point, right on course.
Oh yeah. And it's noticeable too. Like, I don't know. Dang. I mean, what's next? All I got to think is what's next.
It's crazy how so many things of seemingly importance that we focus on day to day, politics, domestic situation, financial situations, material situations, and they become our priority and our focus in life, quite understandably so. But it's crazy how when nature wants your attention and it wants to focus back on what really matters, all nature got to do is shake a little bit.
Oh, Mother Nature gonna show her face.
What? Everything else immediately renders itself irrelevant, and you're forced to focus on what matters. And I think we have to challenge ourselves to be more focused on those things outside of times of emergency. How they say, stay ready, don't have to get ready.
Right. Again, I'm trying to be prepared for, if possible, something similar like that would happen over in my area. Because again, I can hope, I can pray, but as you said, better stay ready for whatever, because this is gonna be with major storms like that, whether it's either hurricane, tornado, it's gonna be the first time I'm gonna go through it. So I'm prepping, still learning and whatnot. I guess there's a lot more to it, than just having a home and paying bills and whatnot. There's a lot of other things that come with, dealing with life itself, because again, even with me being at 34, I'm still somewhat new to a lot of stuff. So I'm still learning, whatever you tell me and whatever anyone else that I knew from their past experiences is telling me. So I'm still learning,
But I mean, one of the wisest things one can be is a consumer of knowledge, a student. So that's only to a benefit of yourself, all those that are dependent on you, all those that encounter you. You absorbing knowledge as you go along. Your journey is like something to be applauded. To say that you're learning as if it's something to be ashamed of. Don't never allow. You're so well learned already, and here it is. You're feeling a little self-conscious because you're still learning. Stop it. Gratitude is the attitude. I appreciate having counterparts such as yourself that are such a sponge of knowledge and have no problem not only being willing to, but being able to disseminate that information and try to share it amongst us to enhance the rest of us, man. I salute that at all costs, at all times, on my mama.
Thank you.
I want your perspective on this. With these drastic weather changes we see, what's your thoughts on the potential idea that the weather is actually being manipulated by technology?
I've heard that for years, that we've had man-made storms, rain, cloud, whatnot. I've heard that for years, and at first, maybe in the beginning, I was somewhat like, that's BS, man. Ain't nobody doing them. But then, as technology gets, a lot more advanced, and we're seeing things that we never thought to see, 20 some years prior. And I'm old enough to say, I don't remember seeing or hearing things of that 20 some years later. Look at the AI situation. If that could be done, it's a strong possibility that we do have clouds being manipulated, especially with these large cities that I've done been to and been around, and pollution, all that, everything.
You know what you have to do? I challenge you to take the knowledge of your actual industry of employment and just the technical efficiency and capability of just the technology of lasers and robotics, and then do your research on the HARP program, HARRP. Then just take your mind and see what the potentials possibly are. They're even announcing and reporting that Bill Gates has a plan to throw off global warming by sending a certain amount of aircraft up in the air and doing something to cause a certain amount of blockage to the sun to where it actually warms the earth to a less degree to offset global warming. There's a whole operation in place that they either potentially want to try or they already have tried and not really telling us. But yeah, you got to look it all up, bro. It's crazy. We never know. We live in a very controlled environment, far more controlled than our everyday mind realizes. I like to call it an aquarium.
Oh yeah, that's the best description to say it. And I think now, well, it should have been, but I think now I'm gonna have to dive deeper into looking up these things and soaking up the knowledge to it, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like with how my day-to-day life is, it's some things where it's like if I don't have an interest for it, I'm not really gonna care, and that possibly could hurt me in certain ways. And me and you have politicked about things like that before. It's like, hey, you got to do your research about stuff like this. I can't, as much as you are a big brother to me, you can't give me all the game. Sometimes you got to go out and seek the knowledge for yourself and then see if that's whatnot. So that's something that I definitely need to start doing with my own life, for my own need for the knowledge. Does that make sense?
Right. No, definitely. Yeah. Oh, okay. My mama.
That's definitely something I'm gonna start doing. But
I apologize for seeming distracted. I just received a text that just got me confused.
Handle your business. Yeah,
No,
I'm
go ahead.
burning up.
I didn't
I'm
mind
burning
what
up in my car right now. I'm having
it's
my
hot.
weekend with my children. Hell yeah, hot to the motherfucker out here.
What you scared? You scared that the air gonna bleed in the sound too much?
No. I'm just sweating in this car. I don't have my car on, and my kids are inside. Hopefully they're not, destroying their grandmama right now, because I told them I'm finna take a phone break real quick.
You know they are. She probably there cussing them out.
I hope not.
I'm trying to see this. I don't really know how to do these electrodes, man. I'm gonna have to figure it out how to make this. Do I gotta do something different to get cracking? Because I thought I charged it right now. I don't see no light though.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm probably the worst person to use to ask for things like that. I tried something similar to like an e-cigarette, didn't like it, and I was like, if I'm gonna roll over my grave for something like that of smoking, it's probably gonna be something real instead of an electron. But that's just me though,
Okay, we got Crip Jesus wanting to join the chat. Is the link still in the chat?
I can't even see.
Let me see. Let me try to return it. If not, I don't believe so.
Something interesting as well, because you said something and it caught my mind. I didn't think about it. So later on down in December, around my birthday, I plan on, doing me a little vacation, to enjoy myself, get out.
Right.
And I'm supposed to be going to Orange Beach. And from what I heard around that time, it's actually going to be cold, even in places like Miami when it's supposed to be cold. And typically those are, year round warm, and that was odd to me.
What area did you say again?
So I'm going to be going to Orange Beach. That's Southern Alabama. I want to say near Gulf Shores.
I'm not familiar, but I know Alabama. And then what month did you say?
I'm going in December. Matter of fact, the week of Christmas. So I'm gonna be down there from about the 26th to the 31st, which the 31st is my birthday. Gonna get off work and get on somebody's beach. Probably have me a mojito or a beer of some sort. That's what I plan on doing. But I've noticed that, around that time in December or whatnot is actually supposed to be cold. And I don't know. I'm new to going to Southern Alabama like that. I've been to Florida before in December. It actually was warmer than I expected. But, from what I've seen and what I read, around that time is actually supposed to be getting cold. So I don't think I'm gonna be on a beach, but I'll be away from work. I know that. That's all that matters to me.
You'll still be relaxing.
Oh yeah.
Excuse my coughing. I can now confirm that the little electro thing is charging. I can see it now.
Good. That's
Crip
the
Jesus
business.
like a motherfucker, man. Let's see what's happening. What's happening, homie?
What's up with you, bro?
You got it, my low.
Oh man, I just heard y'all speaking on some things. I just wanted to chime in. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I want to say, much respect for how how you responded to the one thing. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? We just leave it at that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the weather thing, yeah, I just wanted to add on. I know they have the government actually has already admitted this. They have a certain technology called HAARP, HAARP.
Oh, I said HARR, HAARP.
I may be wrong too. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of the other for sure. I'm not like sitting down breaking it down all day. And this is why though, right? Me being the 5%er, you know what I mean? When I was studying with Supreme Understanding Out Loud, we was breaking down how we kind of more amazed by that because of how we was raised to not even think about that type of thing. But if you think about back in the hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, when you see the Indian dude, ooh, wah, 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 ooh, wah, wah, wah. If you take all that light and all that bullshit we got in the air right now, right? Niggas will actually go on the mountain and try to cause enough commotion to shake a cloud. You feel me? They think if they can yell directly, you feel what I'm saying, and vibrate that motherfucker. So this concept of manipulating nature to get a certain reaction has been there, but however, you know, too much of anything ain't good. You feel what I'm saying? So just like with sugar, or when you take the coca leaf and make it some powder, or when you know what I'm saying, when you get to fucking with it. So that's what the harp is now. They didn't went to the point, bro, where they even got something called chemtrails, where they got these planes flying by, you know, and they're leaving like metal and shit up in the air, and it comes down. We breathing it. That's the shit you gotta always wash off your car and all that. So it's thugged out what
You're
they doing with
100% correct.
the air and the weather.
You are 100% correct, bro. The high frequency active oral research program. So it's HAARP. You was right. The heart program. Yeah, you right. That is like a thought I've had in my inner soul before I learned any of it was factual, that before technology, that we had a far more manipulation of the natural elements. I realized that even language to me seems to be a crutch or a tool for a lack of an ability that once was there. Maybe a capacity of memory, a means of transmuting communication. Now we have to do this instead of what we used to do. So I've often just felt that in my bones. So now when I hear people build on it and show me the science behind it, it's like a confirmation from just the cosmos, from my inner being. Like I already thought that.
Well, you already, for sure. And you know, us being original people, you know, just that thing within our skin, our hair, and all that is connected with the cosmos. So this shit gets so deep, right? When you go to, you know, the 8th degree and 1 through 40, it talks about, it gives all the science of how rain and storms and earthquakes is all that created, right? But then it talks about how the end, how all this goes back to us. So let's say back when we was on our square, when we was kings and queens, you know what I mean? It ain't just like we was just sitting there with a bunch of jury on, you know what I mean? Like we was scientists too. So we really fucked up. If you really want to be 100, we fucked up the ground long ago, fucking with dynamite and all that. And this is why these plates started shifting. You feel what I'm saying? Like even a lot of these mountains we see is like structures and temples and pyramids that we built nigga long ago that the earth then grew over already, or we didn't already had disasters and now we over that shit. And that go into, we go even deeper with certain motherfuckers knew about certain locations and dug up in the ground. They down there partying, parlaying, doing what they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? This goes to these secret maps and shit. And just for those that may think it sound like, oh, you going spooky. Nah, just think of like when you see like a mountain and they got these all over the place and you see like this, the building on the side of it, right? Where you can actually enter the motherfucker. It look like a castle. Or you see, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's why they won't let niggas go like in the Grand Canyon. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or,
you know, there's a theory that says if you walk clear through the Grand Canyon, on the other side, there's Africa right there. Yeah.
Now, that's going into that like that ancient shit where it's like when the plates was closer with Africa and America, we was already building shit to go up under and go straight to. You know, look, even just on some black shit, a lot of people didn't know that the Underground Railroad, they gave us that fake ass story about. I ain't gonna say it's fake because the best lie is the truth. They just told us about all the secret stash houses, you know, with the slavery shit, but it was really underground though, my nigga. Like they was really taking niggas
honest and admit that I don't even have enough knowledge on that to know what they told us. All I know is it was a mechanism of escape that was managed by Harriet Tubman. That's all I know. I know if you got out of line, you might lose your life if you wasn't knowing how to be quiet and go with the program. That's what all I know about it. I don't know no details.
No,
I ain't seen the new movies, and that's all they told me growing up, and that's the only information I've ever retained on it. So I don't even know how to like break it down, analyze it on any other level other than that. You were just
I'm just saying in the sense of like how we talking about weather, and now we kind of went into like how the weather kind of erodes shit in the geography. I'm saying that when I did my homework, right, and I seen me and you could break this down. I'm gonna show you how though, especially you being like you didn't been all through Southern Cali, so you know what I'm finna go into. Now, the reason we don't even think about it, thank you. is a you know, we kind of separate ourselves from Mexico at this point. We don't look, but you know, all this used to be Mexico up here. Like that's why I got all these Spanish names: Utah, New Mexico, California, and all that, right? So we already know what they do with the underground shit. You know, that's how they get cracking. You know what I'm saying? So back then, we don't think about it like that now, but they had niggas over here too that was rebelling and shit going under the ground, bro. On my mama, like you say, bro. So niggas was going under the ground to escape.
We think of this primitive ass, we think of this primitive shit and not really realizing they was really getting down up under the ground.
Yeah. They even had a black president one time that was going against America, like nigga, tell niggas to come to Mexico. Like we let you do your shit over here. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say it's so much about the weather and the geography that, because how you were saying about the language, they keep from us, they keep us from talking a certain way, so we won't even realize how much natural technology it is. You feel me? It's a lot of, you know, that's what we tap into as hustlers. That's really what this is all about. You know, we tap into ourselves. They lock us in the cage. We figure out a way to use the ground, the wall, whatever to get it done. You know, niggas is taking paper clips and shit, making batteries and making tattoo machines to make an economy and get some money and send it to their kids. Like, nigga gonna make a, well, it's a will, it's a way, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So even with this shit, like, we not no niggas went to college to figure this out. We taking our own, you know what I mean, our own inclination, our own research, because
niggas
it's getting to the point now where we're gonna have to do something.
Niggas get cell phones behind the wall, and then they actually make a charger. I done seen some video clips online of how niggas charge their phone, and in the last process, they sticking something into a bag of liquid, and it's, bless you, it's charging their phone like these some cold cats in that thing, boy.
Nigga, I remember we used to take the razors they give us to shave with, nigga, take the blade out of one, the blade out the other one, and just have them touch each other, and you just get a wire or something, some electric somewhere to put it to. Nigga, no, on Crip. I remember put it in the wall socket.
No, that was the pencil leads. Used to take the pencil, the yellow number 2 pencil, take the lead out, stick 2 of them in the socket, and then you take another little piece of lead, twist your tissue around it.
Yeah.
Touch it on both of them, and it light the wick. On my mama, bam. We used to keep that motherfucker
make fire,
all
nigga.
night. Put the deodorant on the wick, try to hide the scent, and try to twist it real tight so that motherfucker burn all night. Because they had took the lighters and shit up out the pen at a certain point. So niggas try to find a way to keep a light all night. So we'd try to burn a wick all night. On my mama.
Yeah, I think prison is the biggest proof of what you're saying, because not even just the fact that niggas figure shit out, but it be some niggas who you know from the streets that you ain't never seen on that type of time. Like, bro, you what? So it's like what they say, what's that saying? Like necessity is the mother of innovation. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you when you gotta have it, you either gonna sink or swim.
It's big reports online at certain prisons that the whole thing is they using drones to get stuff in. Inmates is contacting people they never knew. They got drone services that are delivery services, and they using personal plugs too. But they getting drones to drop in the middle of the night, drop shit off middle of the day, drop shit off on the yard. Contraband. Think about that.
No, check this out. We're gonna go to Black Illuminati status now. Hold on. Why the homie?
You could be independent. You could be independent on your phone. Buy your drone yourself on the street from your phone. Then have somebody load it up and you fly. You use your own phone to fly your. Ain't even nobody else sending it to you. You directing that motherfucker onto the yard. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's a homie. I ain't gonna say cuz name, right? But he was fresh out, and somebody put him up on that. So he pull up on. He calling everybody in the set. Like, he really don't want to. You know how niggas scared. He really don't want to do it. So he trying to like game you. So he like, cuz we got to play. Then get all these bands. All you gotta do is fly the drone, cuz. I'm like, what you mean, nigga? He like, we gonna drive over there. You park right here. You fly. I said, why I gotta fly the drone, cuz? You fly the drone. You want some backup or something, nigga? Like, because basically, I guess it boils down to, you just gave me some more knowledge though about the drone services. Because what they were trying to do was just get one of the homies.
But don't put my details on it. Yeah. I'm still trying to remember the little shit I heard. I might be putting a little extras on that service. Yeah. That's why I kind of bagged up with that.
But nah, yeah.
But I know What I did know for a fact is it got to the point where niggas in the pen was directing their own drone though with their phones.
I tell you this would impress me the most though. Hold on, y'all tripping, calm down. Is nigga, now I've seen a couple people do it, but the homie Dodie 6 be killing me when I watch it. Niggas shoot music videos and recording the song and all that from the cell. I'm like,
I got an artist, and he in the chat right now. I ain't putting him on blast because he does this. Do-Rock Creep. He's a Baymac artist. He been down for quite some time. He on a 180. He puts out music, high quality, mixed, mastered, and he put out videos. Do-Rock Creep in the chat right now. Shout out to my nigga Do-Rock Creep. So yeah, we know it goes down. Yeah.
Bro, the homie, he should be looking sicker than some of mine. I'd be like, it should be doing the close-ups and got the effects and the voice is clear. He doing features. He got his celly on the motherfucker.
Oh, my mama. He did a record with me and a few of the homies, the Bay Bomber, Nate Nitty, and a few more homies. And he made the record, but when it came time for the video, he was in a bad position where he couldn't capture no brand new footage. He had to try to send you some shit he already had, and it wasn't matching. It was so off. His video segment didn't make it, but his actual audio segment made it onto the record though.
Yeah, that's sick. Because I remember when the whole concept of even hearing somebody recording from jail, first time I even heard that was X-rated.
X-rated, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Through the years, I've heard others here and there, but he was the one that popularized it. Okay, they in the chat. If people want to know what kind of man named himself Crip Jesus, you are out of line and need to take Jesus' name out. Ant Dog, what is so sacred about those letters that didn't even exist when the actual story of Yahweh was created? You got to let that European indoctrination fall about your spirit and your soul, bro. Let that man do what he do. I didn't know the question was formed in such a manner, but I will ask you, Crip Jesus, where do you get the inspiration for the name, my lord?
Well, I'm glad he asked that, man, because we would just chop it up, so I wasn't gonna do all the trying to plug my, you know what I mean? But
no, I appreciate
if he want to get there, I'm gonna answer it. But for anybody that like, that them is two loaded words, Crip and Jesus. So obviously, I got the Blue Bible right here. I'm the author of the Blue Bible, so this breaks it all the way down. We break it down like the whole history of how Raymond Washington really had, he got locked up right away. He really had the Constitution for us, and they was really forming it like on some Washita branch with the Republic of California, like way deep science that I didn't even know. After even doing all these years of study, stuff I really learned even when I was putting the book together. You know what I mean? That we actually had a Constitution, bro, written by a man that's named Danifu Kareem Bey, and we took it down to the city to get it signed in. We was like going to be a real incorporated entity, bro. And as soon as Raymond Washington got locked up, that's when all the beef, it ain't nothing coincidence. You feel what I'm saying? That's when they killed off all the Black Panthers, Bunchy Carter and them in 69. By 72, look, that's crazy. The first Crips was calling each other blood. You feel what I'm saying? It was all
crazy
because
an old nigga yesterday in the store hit me up and wanted to tell me his homie Mac Thomas really started the Crips, and then he was in jail, and Tookie and Raymond once ran with it, but it was an old nigga from Spooktown tried to tell me that his homie, like, man, my homie Mac Thomas, he really started Crips, and he just told me that yesterday in the smoke shop. I'm like, this shit crazy. And here you come with some knowledge. History.
I could say this. He's more talking about a name or an ideal. Now, the actual boots on the ground that took this and turned the abbreviation to Community Revolutionary Inter-Party Services. We got the fly shit in Revolution in Progress. That's all. You know what I mean? They call this Community Revolutionary Inter-Party Services, where each hood was going to be a representative, and we all were together, including the Bloods that was there already, the Power Rules and all that. This was for all of us. The conflict came because they wasn't trying to really join in with the inter-party services. You feel me? 2 years in, I'll say 3 years in. First of all, let's talk about how it started. Bunchy Carter was part of Slauson Boys. So some of these first hoods, the ones that had homies and uncles and all that was Black Panthers, that was actually feeding the kids, walking around with the information. Don't forget, they trying to separate the knowledge from the toughness. You got to be on your secure shit, just like an FOI. So we was actually down with having the leather jackets and the guns. We was proud to be like that. Bunchy Carter was like one of the hardest niggas of the Black Panthers of the whole country, bro. We the only ones that had a 4-hour shootout on 41st and Central. They created SWAT because of us, bro. We come from a real legacy, a proud legacy, bro. We not playing. Like, get your blue Bible, man. You feel what I'm saying? Tap in with me. So we actually had a 4-hour shootout with the police, not because we was on some gangster shit like now, like we just want to be hard after the police. They was
Revolutionary,
beating on
standing
us,
their
bro.
ground.
They was
Second
beating on us.
Amendment. The reason why
Yeah.
you have arms
According
to the Constitution.
But I'm saying, why was we doing this? We gotta understand they was beating on us for feeding the kids. We used to feed over 70,000 children for free every morning. Could you imagine that? Look how LA is now, where we beat each other up and clown each other for having some bad shoes and steal each other jack. Nigga, we was feeding the kids every morning. You know the type of love and unity that creates for you? You ain't out here killing niggas all day and robbing them all day after you just fed them. Oh, that's a little whoop-de-whoop son. How could I slap him and feed him? Even if we got a beef, we're gonna try to figure it out. You feel me? And we're gonna make it a fantasy like niggas was all cool. So once it got to a couple conflicts, because what I talk about in this book that people don't talk about is Chicago was out here already. You know, you were aware the Stones already had, T. Rogers and them. So it was a lot of conflict because they had their structure. And what people don't know is Jeff Fort, who was over all the Stones, he was already fucking with Gaddafi and Libya. He was on some higher level shit, fucking with Africa and all that. So they was trying to implement their thing on us, like, y'all need to get down with this. And we like, man, we got our own thing with the Crip, and we got our Constitution. So in 72, when Washington is locked up, bro, you know, you've been doing this longer than me. We ain't got no speeches of arraignment. We ain't got no speeches of arraignment. Bro, we the ones that they really did us under, bro. Like all these other groups, they got done, but we ain't even got our Constitution. They wiped our shit out through the 70s and 80s. They dropped all the crack off here first. Like all them, not no disrespect to any other cities, but them stories you hear in other cities, like they did like this. We went through that first, bro. You know what I'm saying? They did Freeway Rick, hit this nigga with all these pounds and pounds and pounds of cocaine. He wasn't even from no gang. They got this nigga feeding the gangbangers. You think niggas ain't pulling up to get fronted by him so we can get this money? Bro, they put this in motion to deteriorate, because what they don't want to talk about, Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton started it. But Bunchy Carter, our apprentice Bunchy Carter, was the sickest Black Panther there was. Who else had a 4-hour shootout with the police back at the time when they was walking down the street spitting on niggas, talking about, yes, sir, boss. You feel me? So that's the Crip. The Crip stayed on there because even once I got enlightened, I refused to let go of that integrity they instilled in us, that pride they instilled in us. I just realized that we had to redirect it. Why stop being a loc? You know what I mean? We're gonna keep loking, but we're gonna stop doing it to beat up a dude's daughter or beat up a dude's son. You feel what I'm saying? Right. We're doing it for righteousness, but we still need that power though. You feel what I'm saying? That willingness to defend yourself no matter what. What we learned in the pen, that when you see anybody touch one of your own, whether he a blood, Mexican or whatever, you hop up and get. You feel what I'm saying? And then even etymologically, if niggas want to go extra deep, because I see you like to work the vernacular and all that, Crip is etymologically means crypt. It's something that's dead, but it's not just something that's dead in the ground. A crypt is usually like a shrine of an ancestor waiting to be resurrected. You feel what I'm saying? So
I never
you know what I mean?
that.
So when you put the Jesus in, now a lot of dudes think I'm making fun of Jesus. No, actually, first of all, like the brother said, that letter wasn't there. But however, I'm not even here to argue about the letter. I'm here to show and prove. I put it as the last name because as this book shows and proves, through my journey through prison and even with Crippin', because when I joined the 5% Nation, because I was still tied in with the hood, they put me with a certain guy body dude that was out the 60s. He flew me out to Detroit, and we was going around the whole country. You know how it would be with the guys. We ain't just no squares, so we hustling, doing our thing, and I'm learning shit that I could never even imagine. I'm pulling up in some of these areas that I'm reading about. I'm pulling up reading these Arabs and doing deals with them and all that. Like, oh, this shit real. You know what I'm saying? This nigga not only tapped in on some knowledge shit, this nigga got the plays, got the burners. Like, put it like this, bro. I was fucking with the guys, got some choppers. I was staying with this broad over here on Broadway and 103rd. Let's see how the Crip and the Jesus mixes in, right? Now check this out. Me being a 5%er, remember the 5% Nation of Guys and Earth, where we teach that the black man is God, right? So I've been to Harlem, New York, teaching in the class and all that. So I claim the name Jesus, but also I put it as a last name because Jesus had brothers and sisters in the mother. And that's this tribe that's lost over here in North America. We not knowing who he is. We part of that family. We part of them lost tribes that came from them lands, you know, in the Middle East where Jesus was from and got ran up out of there. So I talk about that all through this book, how these gangs is really the last branches of them tribes. That's why we call each other cousin in blood. All right. And that's why we have connections through the T. Rogers and Jeff Ford. No, this ain't by mistake. While Raymond Washington goes back to Bunchy Carter in the first Black Panthers, they want to wipe that all out your mind. Think it's just Dickies and Crip walking and dancing. That's our culture. But they ain't got nothing to do with our history, which is his story. But the mystery is my story. That's what this book is, the mystery. All the shit that you can't get out them books. You feel me? So
wow,
Jesus,
I never even noticed the mystery in my story. I know the history, but my story
feel me?
mystery, I
Feel
never
me?
caught that. That's
See,
dope.
look it when you go to the Quran, right? I know a lot of people like to get religious. I don't get, me being a 5%, I like to deal with the knowledge, not the religion, right? When you go in the Quran, they have a tribe for Jesus' mom. And it's a tribe that's a city in Egypt right now, bro. That's empty. I didn't know about this. All them studies I did, I had students already know that, but I didn't know about this city until I looked this up. This city is empty. And in that city is all these statues of the niggas that we like to wear in our jewelry so much. Tut, Nefertiti, Akhenaton, the one with the big old head, right? And he got cousins and uncles with names like Thutmoses, Ramoses, Ahmoses. Is this the Moses tribe? You feel what I'm saying? Because it's the Jesus tribe if it's Jesus' mama tribe, right? Because don't they bloodline go through the mama? So it gets so deep. That's what I'm talking about in this book. If you love Jesus, you really need to get this then. If you know what I'm saying? If you want to figure out the mysteries, whether it be the Bloods, the Crips, the Stones, the GDs, the Fives, it's all broken down in here. You feel what I'm saying? And as far as on a nationalistic level, because what I'm really explaining to people is how it wasn't about just killing each other. We was trying to nationalize, basically create an entity where we all one thing, whether it be the rag as our flag or whatever, we all identify is one thing. You know what I mean? It go back to what you said. When the hurricane comes, who you gonna run to? You know why you hear these birds in the background? Because I ain't at my house right now. I'm at my family house. Because I said, well, if this hurricane do hit like they saying, I want to be my family. You feel me? So you start realizing what's most important when nature shakes shit up. Right. Nature in the Egyptian language would go neter. That's God. I mean, it sounds about right to me. So, right. So if you look at it like this, when the police was rolling up, see, the problem is we didn't got too comfortable, bro. Right? Because it's a new war. It's a war for our mind now. When the police was rolling up, beating us in the flesh, you know why niggas can't even imagine why they look at Crip and all that as evil and bad? Because we can't even imagine back when we had that type of unity. Did you know the Watts riot started just because the police beat a nigga up? That's it. Police kill a nigga now, niggas don't do nothing. They beat a nigga up in the middle of Watts and his mama hopped in. You know how your mama now be like, stop. She damn near helped the police. Kick on, you say, get down, son, go. His mama helped in and try to stop and get the police off of him. You feel me? And then they kept beating on him and her, and everybody hopped in. They had to bring the goddamn army. So, you feel what I'm saying, bro? Then you got the Rodney King riots when they beat him. Rodney King didn't die. You know, we was around for that. He didn't get killed. We went up because they beat him. 30 years later, look at this now. A nigga could walk down LA, probably be twerking or something, get ram-packed by the police, and nigga don't say nothing, be laughing or something. Like, it's bad where we at now. Now you got, I ain't gonna say no names because we ain't gonna get too controversial, but you got niggas defending a little bit of everything in LA right now. You feel what I'm saying? Everything is for sale. Everything can be done. And even going back to that conversation you was having when I chimed in on the chat, you was right though. When you said, bro, in my years of cripping, I done seen niggas do some wild shit to where you can't just be handing out DPs based on, popularity contests. You feel me? Because we got way bigger problems than just to be sitting around, let's sock on each other. It's to the point now where we really got to, bro, keep it real. Let's go to the snitching thing. I didn't want to go here, but how many young homies do they actually sit down and talk to them about not snitching? And tell them the protocol when the police, or you just assume they supposed to know? You feel what I'm saying? You put them on, tell them to do a bunch of bullshit. He say, he told, what the fuck? Where this nigga even live? Did you know, when we was growing up, it was different. Like, we got to kind of know you or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now they let nigga come. We don't know. He from Timbuktu. We don't know nothing about this nigga. We didn't give him no instructions. We didn't give him no knowledge, no wisdom to go with it. And then we just sent him about his way. And as soon as he take the first trip or first little time he kicked the rock, we DPing this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, nah, bro.
It's so many sides to that coin. We didn't got far off track. But first,
I'm saying it's about bringing the righteousness back to the Crip and the Jesus. You feel what I'm saying? That's the point.
I want to thank you for elevating our consciousness this morning, man. I done got to the end of my time for today. But I sure appreciate you taking us somewhere we didn't plan on going. It's always good to be edified, man. So you done earned you a spot anytime you want to be on the link, as long as it's not something extremely specific going on. You welcome to break bread.
All right, for sure. Yes, sir.
We're gonna get to what we was on too, but I'm gonna let you have a few last words, and I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Go ahead and let the people know where to find you at, things of that nature.
Or y'all can reach me at cripjesus.com or Instagram, anywhere. Y'all can really even just Google me. You feel what I'm saying? Get all the links off the website and tap in for your copy the Blue Bible, you feel what I'm saying? Just hit the website or hit, you know what I mean? You can find me on Instagram, HOLYCRIPJESUS, Holy Crip Jesus. And like the brother said, you know, watch out. I was in Hurricane Ida, so I know a lot of my West Coast niggas don't know nothing about no hurricane, but it get real, nigga. I didn't travel. It get real, so just watch out, you know what I mean?
Appreciate you, man. Much love.
For sure. Salute, bro.
To the next. Night bud. Yeah, so I appreciated that, man. We would have been probably done 15, 20 minutes earlier. Dude really blessed us this morning. That was more of an introduction to his character for myself than anything. I've been hearing his name. We have some mutual acquaintances. We spoke via text message, but for him to be able to come on and express himself so well with such a vast knowledge on something that I have such an interest in. He has more history than I do, definitely. And it seems like his general knowledge goes beyond just the gang shit. Yeah, it's the new format I'm gonna be playing with for a while. As soon as I start doing this, I know I'm late. I FaceTime the homie so he give me a few pointers. He like, you need to be on the Streamlab, OBS. OBS is what I used to do, and Streamlab is what I tried to do. Combining them was extremely difficult. This is a more simpler version of the two. I'm gonna play with this for a while. Just trying to get used to it. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Careful through this hurricane. Be careful in general. And we up out of here. Oh, my mama.
Google gang. Straight legend. Google gang. SBI. Google gang. Google gang in here. You better keep that shit up Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up, politic, and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty. No mistaking the station. They making them statements. We waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box. We never put feelings over facts. Bay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, my count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit up Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, gang. You can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards, we all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang. Better keep that shit up Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
100,000 feel like something when you're thumbing through it. Done it when some would say one would be dumb to do it. Running circles round rappers on their last lap. PayPal perhaps. Ass cap the cash app. Ass app is how I expect the next direct deposit. Positivity love phone posits check the closet. To say we touching paper is an understatement. Underground label running late, tell them run the payment. Executive decisions, check the balance. Time to monetize the talents, I accept the challenge. Memory a crazy tune, 111 A. Local for my days, 97 ways.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
Unable to fake it, fuck how they take it. Heard about the meeting, I was able to make it. Just sick of watching Sherm heads squabble each other while the judge steady handing out lottery numbers. It go down year round, ain't gotta be summer. Life's a bitch and niggas never get apologies from her. Dumber, big and little homies frequently locking. Don't see no other options, that's the reason they flocking. SPI ain't the nigga, how you figure fat? Gift the gab, every gig get a bigger bag. Either name your price or it's appropriation. Finesse game, nigga nice with negotiations.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it.
Nightwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie Cook-Up Boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch. My nigga is Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.